Good evening and welcome to another edition of Walking the Dog, featuring me, Walking the Dog, and the dog. I'm dressed a little more casually tonight because it's actually a very balmy evening. But I'm not here to talk about my attire. I'm not here to talk about the weather. I'm here to talk about the pumpkin craze that's been going on in this country. It's an epidemic. It's almost to pandemic proportions. And I think I know who to blame for all this. And it might surprise you. I blame the lovable late cartoonist Charles Schulz. Now you may say, what do you mean? Why is Charles Schulz to blame for this pumpkin craze? Well, first of all, let me describe the pumpkin craze. We have pumpkin everything in this country. Pumpkin spice candles, pumpkin flavored drinks, pumpkin flavored coffee, pumpkin candles, pumpkin body spray, for all I know. And for whatever reason, I even saw pumpkin marshmallows in the store the other day. For whatever reason, it was determined that pumpkin is going to be in everything, in every food that we consume. Pumpkin is going to be part of the mix. But this is because of Charles Schulz. Charles Schulz, of course, the famous author of the Peanuts comic strip, the lovable Peanuts. Well, Linus, of course, was one of the characters, every Halloween, used to hang out in a pumpkin patch and wait for the great pumpkin. Every Halloween, Linus would wait for the great pumpkin. And I so badly wanted him to finally see the great pumpkin. I was pulling for him, I really was. I wanted Linus to finally realize his dream of seeing the great pumpkin. Charles Schulz has long gone passed away, but I think the great pumpkin has arrived. You see, I think that this infusion of pumpkin spiced everything and pumpkin flavored everything is a sign that the great pumpkin has arrived. And it's kind of like Santa Claus. You know, there's no real Santa Claus, but Santa Claus, people always say that Santa Claus lives in our hearts and our spirits. I think the great pumpkin is living now in our hearts and our spirits, even if it's unwillingly, because pumpkin spice things are everywhere. And I think that this is an indication that the great pumpkin has indeed arrived. So next time you take a bite of that pumpkin whatever you're going to eat, or consume that pumpkin whatever you're going to drink, take heart that you're actually being filled with the spirit of the great pumpkin. Until next time, as usual, this is me, Walking the Dog.